it does away with the nonpartisan status of municipal elections, which I personally love. Whether or not that happens, what do you think the role of the state party should be in municipal elections?
Sure, great. You know, I think each local municipality needs to sort of make that decision for themselves. And part of the things that I think as Republicans we recognize the value of local control and local towns and townships make that decision. But I think that the party can play a critical role in helping identify and recruit good candidates to run for those local offices. We have to be cautious when we start picking winners and losers among Republicans that are running, but I think that that's a critical aspect of our local party leadership. And that as state chairman, to help encourage and support our local county leaders to help get more candidates in the pool. Not just running for mayor or for city council, but local fire protection district or school board or HOA board. We need to have an active effort to reach out and support and encourage people to get involved in civic life and try out running for election. But don't start running for governor right out of the gate. Start at your local homeowner association board, your local school district. Then maybe if you can demonstrate that you can make it happen and you can demonstrate some principal leadership and a vote record, then you're in a great position to run for city council or mayor or county commissioner, state legislature. Then maybe you can consider running for governor. One of the challenges that we have as a party is, but the job of the party and the party leadership isn't to say, hey, it's your turn to come on up. The job is to say, hey, it's all four of you, you know, let's get you all in the pool, let's get you all moving towards it. And, you know, by your own merits, it'll demonstrate which of those candidates are really demonstrating the kind of leadership that folks can rally behind. But that's the job of party leadership. Not necessarily the state party chairman, but to work closely with our county chairs, and local district chairs, to help get more people in the pool, and to provide help and support and encouragement to help grow our party and make sure we have
I think the question is focusing on what should the role of the state party be in municipal elections, which are, at least by the book, nonpartisan. I think the state party needs to take a much more active role. And I think it goes beyond just recruiting good candidates. I think it's part of it, absolutely. But I think another thing that the state party can do is help provide some of the resources that these good candidates might need. That runs the gamut from campaign training, campaign management, messaging. I think we need to do some more training on how to be an effective speaker, how to effectively use media, new media, old media, word of mouth, smoke signals, whatever works. These are things, and provide those lessons learned to candidates at every level. So we're not, again, and what I've been seeing for far too long, we've been doing things the old way of, we're going to centralize everything at the state, we're going to control everything tightly, and, you know, hey, you're on your own. We can't afford that. Again, the other side has figured it out. They have a blueprint to groom people, to contest every race, at every level, and we're sitting out there with no strategy, no coordination, no plan, and everything's done ad hoc. That has got to change. That is the central thing that has to change about the state party, and the state party chair has got to be a much more effective facilitator, a much more effective planner, a much more effective provider of the resources, not just financial, but all the non-financial resources and training, the lessons learned, the tools to succeed. Again, set the conditions for success at every level. We can do that. There's no reason why we shouldn't. Let's make it happen.
Would I support changing municipal races from nonpartisan? No, I wouldn't. I'm an Aurora. I cut my teeth in municipal races. I love the idea of home rule, and I like the idea of having, I don't like to say nonpartisan, unannounced races. So that's really what they are. For a lot of reasons that we don't have enough time to get into this evening. But I will tell you this. One of the things that I talked about when I was running for vice chairman is the idea of having a farm team. We didn't have one at all. I've been working on that the last 2 years. Like I said, I cut my teeth in municipal races and a couple of races for Bob Fitzgerald, deputy campaign manager for Ryan Frazier. I ran his re-election bid for city council. I worked with mayor candidates. I've worked with candidates up in Longmont. I believe in the municipal election. I believe in the municipal candidates today is tomorrow's state senator, is tomorrow's attorney general, is next year's or 2 year cycles down from now U.S. senator. So what I've continued to do is to work with municipal candidates because they will be our leadership. There's just no way to get around it. So we have been behind the scenes actually working with candidates, and I will continue to do that. I do believe there is a more robust role for the state party chairman, not for the chairman per se. I believe that individual, through individual leadership, not an edict, has to actually get out and show our fellow Republicans that, hey, I, Chairman X, Leondray Gholston, I hope, am supporting our candidates in the city council races, in the school board races, and through that leadership, the leadership by example, which is exactly really important, we can facilitate Republican support for our municipal elected officials.
My thing's a little bit more different approach to it. I do believe that all elections should be partisan elections. I believe there's a difference between the parties when it comes to spending your money. And Democrats have a much different view of how your money should be spent than Republicans do. And I think that we should have municipal elections be partisan, because you look at Denver, they have a huge budget. And there's much different philosophies on how they want to spend it than how we want to spend it. But not just for municipal elections. I think for school board elections, we should have the same thing. Because there's a much different philosophy on how we should educate the children of the future from a Republican free market perspective, and how the labor union won to in Minnesota. There's a huge difference. And we need to have Republicans that are running to manage these huge budgets so that the voters know what the philosophy is behind each and every one of those people. In Douglas County, I got very, very actively involved in school board elections. And right now we have a hardcore conservative school board that is pushing through vouchers for Douglas County. Put one up there for the R team. But should the state party be involved in that? No, I don't think the state party should be devoting resources, financial resources, to municipal elections. But certainly, we have our ear to the ground. We know where great people are that are working in our party, in the grassroots, in the Tea Party groups. We need to be able to point those people out and say, run for office, get involved in municipal elections. Like Brian was saying, get some effort into the party and move up that chain.